Joining us now, Senator Marsha Blackburn from Senate Armed Services. Great to have you back on, Senator. Your reaction, it's good to see you. Your reaction to today's events?
Yes. When you look at the speech, the remarks that President Zelensky made today to Congress, it was indeed very moving. He laid out specifically what they need and talked about a no-fly zone. And if he couldn't get that, to get the armaments, the hardware, the missiles, the anti-missile ballistic systems, and getting all of that he needs in order to do the job. And you know what, Elizabeth, that would basically give him the ability to create a no-fly zone. So that was very good. What I really liked that he did was he personalized this to us, talking about the Pearl Harbor, talking about 9/11, and then he laid out a challenge to President Biden after saying he appreciated the president's support, saying, be the leader of the free world, be the leader of peace. And I thought it was all very well done. The video was wonderful. It was inspiring. He is an inspiring leader, and to think he's doing all of this, he is 45 years old.
Senator, you make an important point there. What's happening stateside with U.S. energy? You've been pretty vocal about this, Senator. You're an you're a student of history. The past four recessions have been preceded by sharp spikes higher in energy prices. The White House knows that. Senator, I like your reaction to this pushback from Republican lawmakers slamming the White House for gaslighting on gas prices, blaming Putin. Today it's back to greedy oil companies. Watch this.
I think it's perfectly clear that Vladimir Putin is not the cause of this rampant inflation.
If you just take a look at what prices were like when Joe Biden took office, gallon of gasoline, $2.38 the day Biden became president. This is all on Joe Biden.
A typical family, we're told, is going to pay $2,000 more this year for gasoline than they did last year.
The president is literally gaslighting the American people. He feels if he says it enough, people are going to believe that fuel prices were Putin's fault. We know that's not true.
Senator, your reaction to that, about 3/4 of the price spike higher came before the war in Ukraine. Your reaction to what's going on?
What we know is that they're trying to blame anybody but themselves. They think if they say it long enough, people are going to believe it. And people know that prices have been going up steadily over a year. They know when it went to $3 a gallon. They know when it went to $4 a gallon. People are smart. What we need this White House to do is to say, let's have an Operation Warp Speed for American energy, and let's return to being energy independent. It is unbelievable that we have been importing as much as we have from Russia. It is just inconceivable that this White House wants to get oil from Iran and Venezuela. This is absurd. Our two largest trading partners are Mexico and Canada. Let's finish the Keystone Pipeline. That would go from Canada all the way to the Gulf. Let's make sure that we are able to be energy independent. That Keystone Pipeline could be finished within 2 years. And you know what, Elizabeth, you were talking about the power grid. We do not have the power grid generation capacity to give us what we need to support an all-electric fleet. Electric vehicles are too expensive for most families to afford. Right now in Tennessee, they're talking about we've got 2 people, we've got 2 cars, we're paying so much more at the pump, so much more at groceries, more every time we go register the kids for a camp or for ball or for some activity. The inflation is through the roof, and people are saying, let's do something about it. The White House isn't. They blame Joe Biden for what is happening with Russia, Ukraine. They blame Joe Biden for not being able to articulate a foreign policy. They blame him for making decisions that make their life worse.
Okay, Senator, your point is well taken. The White House strategy, don't talk to U.S. oil producers. Don't negotiate with them, but instead negotiate with Iran and Venezuela, buy expensive electric cars, draw down from the strategic reserves. That only moves the needle about a dime or a nickel. This is literally picking up nickels in front of the steamroller of inflation. And then the White House is using TikTok stars to blame Putin for rising gas prices to tout that storyline. And now we've got far left and climate activists wanting President Biden to maybe do an executive order, use Ukraine as an excuse to go green, ban oil drilling maybe on federal lands, and end fossil fuel subsidies. The federal lands, oil and gas, it's about a quarter of the output there. The president has already reversed more than 100 Trump policies to achieve energy independence. I'd like your response to this. Watch the energy secretary say the quiet part out loud. Yes, use Ukraine to go green. Watch the transportation secretary downplay rising gas prices. Then watch Democrat Senator Joe Manchin. Watch this.
Basically, if the administration or Congress should pursue, a standalone clean energy package.
I mean, we heard President Zelensky. We do not want to see any country that is held hostage to Vladimir Putin. And this is a moment for Congress to be able to act. There can be a compromise. There can be movement on this. This is a moment to have this happen. It's an urgent moment.
There are a lot of things that we could be doing right now that would bring direct relief to the pocketbooks of American families that are greater than most any family's gasoline bill. That includes lowering the cost of insulin. President's for it. We're getting a lot of pushback from it.
Worried about the global climate, anything and everything the United States does to replace and help our European allies, NATO allies, we do it better and cleaner than anybody else. Why don't we ramp up and use the energy that we have? And we have the ability.
And Senator, he's saying, how about a North American powerhouse in energy with the U.S., Canada, and Mexico? Because we know that Europe is going to cut Russian natural gas imports by more than 65% by next year. So why not unleash U.S. energy? I mean, Reuters is reporting Russia started to reverse the flow of nat gas away from Europe yesterday. In a key pipeline from Russia, it sends nat gas to Germany via Poland. So why not have U.S. energy sell nat gas into Europe?
And we should be selling it into Europe. We could be energy independent. We were energy independent the day Joe Biden took the oath of office. And to want people to go buy electric vehicles, to say, let's use this crisis in Ukraine, the war in Ukraine, to push a green agenda. This is so unseemly. Mexico, Canada, they're our two largest trading partners. Operation Warp Speed for energy. That should be their focus.
There you go. Okay, Senator Marsha Blackburn, it's great to have you back on. Come back again soon. It's good to spend time with you.